I had a gal on Threads ask a question: how do you deal with criticism? And I figure I'd make a video about my answer because type form is good, but I also like ranting. It's a loaded question because there's two forms of criticism. There's the slander that's meant to tear you down and make you feel bad about yourself. Ignore that completely. But then there's constructive criticism, and I'm assuming that's what she was asking about. Constructive criticism is just that. It's meant to build you up. So take it, apply it, and get better at the thing that they're criticizing you on. It sounds simple, it sounds easy, but so many people utterly refuse to do this because their own ego gets in the way, saying, we know better, they don't know what we're going through, they have no idea how hard it actually is, they're just saying that to make you feel bad, they're just slandering your hard work, you're doing just fine, you know better. No, you don't. And if you have that mentality, if you let your ego take over, anytime anyone gives you constructive criticism, you gave them the finger, you have to understand you will never win. Because any level of success in any realm of human endeavor takes failing multiple times until you actually get it down. If I were to go boxing and I intentionally screwed up my stance and I had my hands down and my footwork was all wrong, I was crossing my legs, I was not moving like a fighter, and my coach came to me and said, "You fucking suck. Fix it. Put your hands up, have your stance proper, turn so that they can't hit you square in the gut." And I gave him the finger. If I did that, I'd never get better, would I? I would never be as good as I am now. I would never be a master of whatever it is I'm doing, boxing or otherwise, unless I was first a good student. Most people are terrible students. They can't take criticism. They can't take the idea that, oh my God, they're wrong. You can't take the idea that, God forbid, you were incorrect in your assessment of whatever it is that you're doing. It stings. It's a bit of a gut check, isn't it, when you're told that you're wrong? But understand something. If the person that's telling you you're wrong is in a better position in that particular area than you are, you probably want to listen to them. You probably want to take their advice. If they are better at the thing than you, they know a little bit more. Best to heed their warnings. Now, if they're worse at the thing than you, let's say someone who looks like a land whale is trying to give you fitness advice, maybe don't take advice from that person because they don't know what they're talking about. You can see that viscerally. It's kind of like taking financial advice from a homeless person. Clearly, they don't know what they're talking about because they're homeless. Yes, that's a little offensive, but it's also the truth. Truth hurts. Sorry. But understand something. If you are not able to take the fact that you are wrong, if you are not able to take failure, if you are not able to take constructive criticisms, you will lose. You simply will. Because you're a terrible student, which means you cannot learn, which means you will not get better. Now let's actually backtrack and talk about this slanderous criticisms here, right? Let's say someone says something that is abhorrently offensive. They call you fat. Oh God, it's so horrible, isn't it? It's not. It can sometimes be the truth. Because if someone were to call you fat, and you didn't like it, but you looked in the mirror and you stepped on the scale and you realized that you weigh 272 pounds and you are built like an M&M, there's a hint of truth to what they're saying. Does it hurt? Is it a gut check? Yes. But it's the truth. So it is constructive criticism, it's just a little more blunt, isn't it? There's layers and there's nuance and there's things to understand about the criticisms that you face in your life. If someone were to call me fat, I'd laugh at them because it's utterly false. But if someone were to call another person fat, and that person actually happens to be fat, it's actually true. And it's constructive criticism in a way, because it's supposed to motivate them to get not fat, to get healthy, to keep themselves from having heart problems down the line, to keep themselves from dying early. Because it's not healthy. You understand? There are layers to this game, but the basic idea that I want you to walk away from this video with is how to actually handle any level of criticism, which is, if it is meant to make you better, please, for the love of God, set your ego aside and get better. That's all that I ask. That's all I suggest you do, and you will thank me later after you have done it. Okay? Understood? Awesome. My name is Christopher Strobach. I get on here and I rant about anecdotal mindsets that I happen to have that I've found are extremely useful to me. My hope is that they are extremely useful to you. If you found any value in anything that I just said, the only thing that I ask is that you make use of it. If you want to connect with me, talk to me, message me, anything along those lines, there are various links in the description. You can click buttons. You cannot click buttons. I don't really care. The only thing I do care about is that you get after it, kick some ass, and I'll see you next time.